Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fantasy Booking here on ZOP Gaming. I'm Tim Green. I'm one of the voices of As the Buckle Turns alongside Adam. And today we're going to be going over the first card post Double or Nothing. That's right, AEW Dynamite, the first show of June 2020. I have a packed show for you tonight. Most of the cards I don't think will be this pack that I have going on right now. I just kind of wanted to get a good grasp for everything. Also, I'm kind of testing out to see how the mechanics are going to work with the settings for AEW. If I can have a pack card like this each week or what. But I probably won't because I'm going to want some certain matches to have longer lengths, segments have longer lengths, all that stuff. So I'm kind of going to be playing around with it. But let's see what we got here today. Just so you know, I am doing the AEW Dark. I'm not recording those right now simply because I'm using Dark as the kind of to get people wins. I'm going to be using that to help elevate some of the tag teams I'm forming for the AEW Women Tag Team Championships that we're going to be introducing soon. And so forth. If this is a success and you want to see what I'm doing on Dark, let me know down in the comment section. If I get enough interest in it, I'll be more than happy to start recording that and posting that along as a separate video. But let me know down in the comment section. So without any further ado, let's get right into the action of AEW Dynamite. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. I hated it when they called it Dynamite and people were saying Dynamite. No. Yeah. Let's just get. Sorry to cut in, Tim. This is Tim from the present. Well, yeah, present. At the end of this episode, I will be revealing the brand new AEW Championship belts. That's right. I took it on myself to redesign all the belts how I like them. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the AEW World Championship. I love it. It's a really cool design. But the rest are okay. I've redesigned the World, the Women's, the Tags, and yes, the TNT because it still looks like garbage and you need to finish it, AEW. Put the gold on it. Stay tuned to the end of this episode where I will reveal those for you all. Alright. Enjoy Dynamite. Are you ready? Alright. Diving right into the action. In our opening match, we have Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks taking on Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian of SCU. SCU! And in 15 minutes and 19 seconds, the Young Bucks defeat SCU when Nick Jackson hits Scorpio Sky with the Meltzer driver. Frankie Kazarian was the weak link in this, apparently, and struggled to keep up with everyone, which is sad because in other simulations, they were all equal, which, oh well. But this wrestling had great wrestling, good heat, and the teams were Matt and Nick Jackson have excellent chemistry together. Excalibur was pretty weak on announcing, but the ratings are pretty good, and 78, great start. Great to an opening matchup for this episode of Dynamite. Moving on, we have the Young Bucks celebrate in the ring their win when FTR comes to the fans and get up on the apron. Matt notices Dax and turns and gets Nick's attention. The two teams stare each other down. Dax and Cash dropped from the apron, eyes still on the Young Bucks. They attack Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian as they start to head to the back. Cash throws Scorpio into the stairs and then hits the Shatter Machine on Frankie Kazarian. They get up, look at the Young Bucks, and then head back through the fans. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, FTR is all elite. Did you really think I wasn't going to bring them in? I'm sorry, if you don't think the FTR belong in AEW or there's some hack tag team, then you never watched their stuff on NXT. Go watch that. So yes, I'm bringing them in, and yes, I wanted to bring them in a similar way as of they came in for real life because it just works. But I wanted to have a better team for them to face off than Butcher and the Blade, just because, well, in my opinion, from what I've seen, they're just a kind of enhancement tag. And yes, it's fine. It would be a great way, and they seem to be good in the ring. But at the same time, I want a better team for them to come in and get there. Also, this helps set up some stuff. I have some ideas I want to do with SCU, and this is just a better way to do it. So I'm thrilled with this. The segment got a 7-3 overall. That's pretty good. Again, Excalibur pretty weak on announcing. Man, sucks. Okay, moving on to our next matchup. We have Cody Rhodes, or Cody, defending his NXT, defending his AEW TNT Championship against Al Lindaman, and in 8 minutes and 30 seconds, he wins by pinfall after the beautiful disaster. Cody makes his first defense. We look down here, we got some good in-ring action by Arn at ringside. We have Cody getting a 65, Al Lindaman at 33. Not surprised. Wasn't expecting much because I knew Al Lindaman wasn't going to be a big name. It was mostly just to get a quick win for Cody, defending the title, boost that up. And the rating could have been better, especially following the opening, but I expected that where I put this. Moving on. Post-match, Cody celebrates after successfully defending the AEW TNT Championship. Cody asks for a mic. Cody, there's nothing more important to me than making sure the TNT Championship means something. Cody pauses, the fans chanting his name. Cody, to do that, I will defend this championship against all and any challengers. As long as I am champion, I will defend it on Dynamite and AEW Dark. Who will step up to accept my open challenge for next week? Yes, I'm doing the open challenge. It's a great way to make this championship mean something. It should be the Workhorse Championship. And I know a lot of people, if you dive into the history of the Intercontinental Championship, people say it was a Workhorse title. It made a lot of former champions. When we look at the history, it's not the case really. You can make arguments yes or no. It was its own thing. It didn't necessarily need to make world champions. Either way, this needs to be the Workhorse champion. Whether we get a lot of world champions come from it after this, or just well-established mid-card, it's fine. It's a good thing. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. And then we have our first matchup on Dynamite with the new AEW Women's Tag Division. We have Riho and Yuka Sawazaki, the Magical Girls, teaming up with Big Swole and Tasha Steele, Big Steel, versus Dino Perezzo, who's making her debut, and with Penelope Ford. They are Bad Reputation. They are teaming up with Bobby Taylor and Zoe Lucas. Can't think of her last name, as in the Age of Beauty. And in a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, the Magical Girls and Big Steel defeat Bad Reputation and Age of Beauty in 8 minutes and 13 seconds when Rio defeated Penelope Ford in a pinfall with a Northern Lights suplex. In terms of in-ring work, Rio was heads and shoulders above everyone else. Okay, not surprised there. Yep, wanted to get some stuff there. Yeah, if you're wondering why I gave Dino Perezzo a loss on her first and her debut, well, Impact is willing to make her a big deal. This is AEW. I'm treating this as a step up above Impact, which I think if she came into AEW, she would not be a major player. I think they would use her, but she wouldn't be in the AEW Women's Championship title picture anytime soon. Whereas like in Impact, she can be. So I'm okay with this. I do have plans for her. I'm not, but this is the direction we're going to go. She's going to be in the tag division, teaming with Penelope Ford. But we have Big Swole, a lower performance rating. Yep, that's okay. I had to figure that, but lost some heat. But 50. It's going to take some time to build the women's division up and a lot of the women because they're not going to be most of them aren't going to be known. So I'm okay with that. Moving on to our next segment. We have a shot of Mercedes KV shown sitting in the crowd watching the show. Yes, if you're new and did not watch my booking of the AEW Double or Nothing, Sasha Banks, formerly known as Sasha Banks, Mercedes KV, has come to AEW, and I have her sitting in the crowd for now, and it was a big thing, and I have huge plans for her in helping elevate the AEW Women's Division. Moving on. We have a segment backstage. We have Hangman Page walks backstage with a drink, and he's clearly had a few too many. He walks into a room where Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson sit talking. Page, I'm here. Page sits down, takes a sip of his drink. Page, I see you started without me. What's this meeting all about? The Young Bucks look at each other, then to Kenny. They stand and leave. Page watches them as they go. Omega, Adam, what are you doing? You have a match tonight. You can't wrestle. You can't be wrestling drunk. Page takes another sip. Page, I'm fine. Omega stands, grabs. Wow, that's a spelling mistake. Grabs his head. Page goes to drink the rest of his drink. Omega slaps it out. Page stands and gets in his face. Omega, you're not okay. You have a problem. Page says, Page, I said I'm fine. Omega starts to speak, but he stops himself and leaves. Page watches him. Once he's gone, he turns back to the shattered glass and drink on the wall. What a waste. Furthering, we're gonna further the cracks in the Elite storyline. This actually gained some heat, which is good. And we're gonna move on. We have Chris Jericho taking on Rob Terry, who I brought in for a one-night match. Depending on when we look at this matchup, how he did, we might bring him in overall. I remember him from Impact. But yes, we have Chris Jericho defeats Rob Terry in 11 minutes and 45 seconds by pinfall after the Codebreaker. He did not need to break out the Judas effect for this matchup. Chris Jericho and Rob Terry had great chemistry and it showed in their performances. That's a good sign. We have Chris Jericho getting a 77 for his in-ring performance and Rob Terry at 45. That's pretty good. We have a 65 overall rating. That's definitely up from the D we had just a minute ago. Maybe if Rob Terry was a little bit better, that would have been higher, but I'm okay with this. So moving on. We have Nyla Rose taking on Mel. And in a decent match, decent wrestling, but did not have much heat, Nyla Rose defeated Mel in 6 minutes and 41 seconds. And we got a 44 here, or D for the rating. Again, women's division, we'll have to boost this up. Hopefully over time we will get those match ratings up. Color commentary gave it a boost. Nyla Rose was a 60, Mel was a 41, so I can, but I'm happy with that. We gotta build Nyla Rose back up because after losing her AEW Women's Championship, we want to get her back up. Moving on to MJF. MJF announces that he has decided to give himself a challenge tonight. When a match in 5 minutes, he'll admit defeat, and he introduces Marco Stunt to progress the I'm Better Than You storyline. In an extremely short matchup, Marco Stunt defeated MJF in 4 minutes and 42 seconds by pinfall. Is that supposed to happen? But it's supposed to be a 5 minute there with Jungle Boy striking MJF so he couldn't get the win to progress that story. This lost some heat, I can understand that. It was Marco Stunt, but it is to progress this story where I'm going to go with MJF and Jungle Boy for the near future. But I'm happy with this. And then we have Hangman Page taking on one half of the #1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Hangman Page versus Trent Beretta. By the way, I just gotta point this out. I love the photo they use for Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta with them hugging Orange Cassidy in their tag photos. It's the two halves. Love it. Whoever put this Killing the Business one picks really good photos for certain characters, and that's awesome. That was actually done really, really well. And about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Trent Beretta defeated Hangman Page in 11 minutes and 56 seconds by pinning after a running leg lariat, single leg knee, high knee strike after a distraction from Kenny Omega. Page had a 60 in-ring performance. Beretta had a 67, and this lost some heat here, but that's okay. I think we'll get that back up. And a 60. I wish it was a little bit higher, but I'm okay with this going forward. The idea here is we're gonna Kenny got on the ring to tell Page to stop drinking, like he's drinking in there. That caused a distraction. This led to the finish. That's what I'm kind of going in my mind. But okay, Hangman Page recovers outside the ring after his loss. His partner comes over and apologizes for distracting him, and Page looks like he's ready to hit Omega when he walks past him and shoulders him on his way by. Omega clearly not happy about this, but he lets it pass. Page clearly enjoyed going off script, which is great, and a nice little boost with the rate on the score for that's always good here. And then we have Tessa Blanchard making her Dynamite debut along with Evalise's debut on Dynamite, but not her AEW Dynamite for either of these ladies, because Evilise actually debuted at the first Double or Nothing, and no, not the first All Out Casino Battle Royale, and Tessa Blanchard debuted at my Double or Nothing predictions. So if you want to see what she did there, go check that one out. Link down below to that. And in a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Tessa Blanchard defeated Evilise in 13 minutes and 12 seconds by pinfall. And they both had great chemistry, which is good. The announcing and commentary were good. Tessa Blanchard had an 80, Evilise had a 55. I wish she was a little bit higher, but overall we got a 60 for that one. I'm okay with there. And then we have Tessa Blanchard celebrating her debut when AEW Dynamite fans celebrate when she gets up and walks around the ring, slapping hands with the fans. Mercedes KV stands up and stares at Blanchard. Tessa starts to speak, but Mercedes scoffs at her and walks off. Tessa is not happy. Ooh, where is this going? Are we getting Mercedes KV versus Tessa Blanchard? Maybe, maybe not. Time will tell. And that is the final segment of AEW Dynamite. A 74, great way to end the show. Had a good rating for the beginning of the show and a good rating to end it. So let's go to the end of the show to see how well we did. We got a 67 overall, a C+. We increased our popularity in 16 regions. That's awesome. I was a little worried about that. I'm not used to playing for smaller cults with this game, so I usually cheat and give my company, my self-made company, like 100% popularity, because I'm not playing for in-game. I'm just getting the results I want to do and get the pop I want, in a sense. But this one I'm actually playing by the rules, so it's nice to see how this all works, and maybe I might change my other game around. Increase our ratings. 74, our highest one was the opening match, but we still did pretty well. We had two 74s here. 60 for the Trent Hangman Page. Oh no, our highest one was back to the Elite, my bad. I apologize, I got that one wrong. We had an 82 of the post-match Jericho matchup. I made a mistake on that one, so they weren't our highest ones. But great, I'm happy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that Dynamite is in the bag, let me reveal the new belt. Let's start with the World Championship. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Doesn't it look spectacular? Classic. I mean, again, I enjoy the AEW World Championship, but there were times when I see it, I'm like, it looks like a toy at times for some reason. But there's other times I do enjoy it. But I decided to redesign it my own way. I like this. It's classic, almost in the sense of the Winged Eagle a little bit. Not saying this is actually to that level. I just enjoy it. I think it looks really cool. Let's move to the tag titles. One of the belts that I think absolutely was a letdown when they first debuted. They have grown on me, but I still prefer mine. And as you can see right there, don't they look spectacular? I mean, the one. Doesn't it look good? Yeah, that's what I thought. And let's go to the women's, because we're going to save the TNT, because I love the new TNT. But look at this belt. I took the original, and I just kind of classed it up. I'll make it a little bit bigger, but not like giant. But I think it looks really, really good. And now we have the TNT Championship, and yes, doesn't that look better than what we got? So much better. Oh my god. I wanted to go with a secondary title where you can actually have a more unique design to it. And when I introduce other secondary titles, one specifically for the women's, if I go in that direction, because I'm leaning towards a different direction than some of my goals already, that they'll have more of a unique, modern, not necessarily modern, but a unique design to them versus the classic, like, these are world titles, they should look like world titles. So I hope you enjoyed them. Tune back in next week. I'm going to send this out back to my past self to close out the episode. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for today's episode of Fantasy Booking. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought of today's episode. Tell me what your predictions of where you think I'm going with certain storylines, and I'll catch with you next week. Oh, my bad. I'm signing off before I even did the thing. You made it to this end of this video, so go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you clearly enjoyed it. It really helps support this channel. If you enjoyed this video and you would feel like to help support ZOP Gaming, feel free to share this on your social media. While you're at it, go and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and turn on all notifications so you know when all Fantasy Booking and ZOP Gaming content go live. I hope you enjoyed this show. It's all I have. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in my next Fantasy Booking show. Bye.